Hi guys! Do you want to talk about Animal Crossing? Because I do. If you're anything like me, this game has been part of your life for officially 5 years now. So in 2025, I figured what better way to finally come to YouTube than to talk about my favorite game, why it's still so special, and why it's still worth playing today, in my opinion. And who knows, maybe by the end of the video, I will convince you to go back to your old islands as well. We'll see. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the community. I know it's not as active as it was in 2020, but the people who are still around, they are incredibly dedicated to the game. From YouTube and TikTok creators who still share their builds and ideas and island tours, to subreddits and discords where people trade, help each other out, and just talk about the game in general. It is still happening to this day. One of my favorite active creators is Taya from Little Branches Crossing. As you can see, she has tons of Animal Crossing content that goes way, way back. And one of my favorite things about watching her is how much I have learned about the planning and the execution of an island. She is honestly a pro when it comes to the island layout and design. Anytime I need inspiration to get back into the game, I just watch one of her videos and I'm instantly motivated again. Then we have Raven from Froggy Crossing. Obviously, we all know her, we all love her. She's been around since day one and is truly Animal Crossing royalty at this point. She recently finished her Florida themed island, and I'm always in awe of her creativity. She is so good at mixing humor with genuinely impressive builds, and her videos just have that vibe that makes you want to hang out and play. Like, literally, just pick your Switch up and start playing. Then we have May from May Orangeto. I hope that's the way you pronounce that. A Japanese creator whose content I absolutely love. Even though their videos are in Japanese, most of them are subtitled, and honestly, even if they weren't, you can still be completely amazed by their creations. Then we have the subreddits. I know that there are a lot of them, but my personal favorites are AC Trade and No Fee AC. I love how people gather there just to help each other out for basically nothing in return. And I have met so many generous people there. It's insane. They host giveaways, they gift villagers, they share items and resources, anything they have actually. And if you're new to the game or you recently resetted your island, you should definitely check the subreddit because you're gonna find a lot of cool stuff and cool people too. I should also mention that if you're not new to the game and if you have maybe a lot of items, you can also go there and offer whatever you have that you want to give away. And I assure you, you're going to find a lot of people interested in whatever you have to give. And they come over, they take them from you, and it's a cool experience. You get to connect with others and also you get to help them. I actually think it's beautiful that we have this kind of spaces where we can share the love for the game in a collaborative way, not a competitive way, which is a huge distinction that we have to make in the gaming spaces. And I feel like the kindness that you find in these spaces is rare, and I think we really need more of this in the world right now. Honestly, my biggest hope with my content creation journey is to build a community of my own and a space where we can share ideas, help each other out, and just enjoy the game together. This game and many other games. Actually, about a year ago, I started hosting small yard sales and fortune wheel games for the people that I met on TikTok and YouTube. Sorry, on Reddit and TikTok. And it really gave the game a new life for me, especially because we all know how the multiplayer goes in this game. So just having a shared activity, it gave me a new way to enjoy this game and I really recommend it. So I would love to bring those events back, and if you're interested in joining or watching me host them, please let me know in the comments below. Then we have the nostalgia. The Animal Crossing nostalgia, very real. And I feel like it's still so present, especially on social media. I know that there is something magical and unique about this game, something I desperately try to find in other cozy games, and honestly, I think a lot of developers are trying to find it too. In a way, Animal Crossing has become a blueprint for the cozy gaming community, and naturally, a lot of games are branded the next Animal Crossing, which makes sense because the formula is appealing. A life sim with farming elements, cute characters, decorated mechanics. It has it all. But in my opinion, even if a game improves on the mechanics of the game, which we know they can be improved, I don't think anything can fully replicate the soul of Animal Crossing. Because it is more than a game, it is a legacy, a series we have grown up with. For a lot of us, New Horizons wasn't just a random discovery of the pandemic. For most of us, we already knew the game. We already had a connection to the world and to the characters. And sure, I know New Horizons might not be everyone's favorite entry in the franchise, and I would say is quite a controversial entry, but it still holds the Animal Crossing essence, and that is very valuable. I don't think any other cozy game or few cozy games right now have the same history and the same emotional pull, and that is why I think nostalgia plays a very important role when it comes to these games. For me, just thinking back to the first time I played New Horizons, it brings so many memories. I actually remember the day that I started playing, and I remember how my life felt in that moment, the state of the world, and how this game truly helped me to cope with everything going on. It really gave me a second home and a daily routine and something to care for. For me, nostalgia hits the hardest when I think about the little things, like logging in at 5 a.m. when everything is quiet and the music is soft, taking a slow walk through my island, drinking coffee at the Roost, and maybe walking around the museum afterwards, buying coffee for the villagers who are awake or making them breakfast, going for a quick swim in the ocean before sunrise. Those moments are actually so meaningful to me. Even now, I think this game is filled with heartfelt, beautiful details. I know some people say that New Horizons has no soul, that is just a glorified decorating sim, but for me, it has a lot of personality. I think it's still Animal Crossing and it's the same universe, the same characters, and overall, a beautiful game. So, the predictability. I actually think this relates to the nostalgia we feel, and I know that we get put off by the repetitive gameplay, and I totally get that. But sometimes, and maybe it's just me, but that is exactly what I need. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I actually like to know what to expect when I load up my game. Like, for example, Isabel telling me she found her missing dog, my villagers doing sumis in the plaza, KK sliders on Saturdays and Daisy May on Sundays, getting gifted another horrible piece of clothing by a villager, or Red showing up and I immediately open the wiki to figure out which art is genuine. That's New Horizons for me. After 5 years, I'm not looking for surprises, I'm not expecting novelties. I know this game is not going to be updated anymore, so I sometimes just want to escape to my silly little island with my silly little friends and feel good. I don't know if anyone else feels this way. Maybe it's just a me thing, but when I dissociate during the day, whenever I'm doing something that I don't want to do or I'm stressed out, I mentally escape into Animal Crossing and I picture myself like my character and I imagine myself running around my island. And somehow that actually makes me feel so much better. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. I feel like there is something very comforting about the predictability. And don't get me wrong, I would love more content. I would kill for a new Animal Crossing game. We all know the areas where this game could have been improved, and we all know that we have the same what could have been conversations. But at the end of the day, I choose and I keep choosing to love the game for what it is and not for what it could have been. Let's talk about the possibilities. Maybe you have picked up the game again and you're wondering, okay, I want to play, but what should I do? And the best part is that this game is in a way endless, so you truly have the freedom to create whatever your heart desires. Oh wait, guys, I had to go for a coffee. And I also need to reapply my lipstick. If you're starting over, I know it can get overwhelming, and maybe you're thinking about resetting your island, and that is totally valid, but if you really want to. Sometimes you don't need to do something that drastic to enjoy the game again. If you're lacking inspiration, just hop on Pinterest and search ACNH inspo, and I guarantee you will find at least one build that you'll want to try out. And instead of a full reset, you can just try out a new aesthetic in a small area of your island. Let's say you have always done cottagecore, but now you want to try kitcore. Just clear a section of your island and test it out, see how it feels. You actually don't have to commit to anything. Please remember that there are no actual rules to this game, and most of the pressure actually comes from the rules that we create for ourselves. Like thinking that you have to finish an island before starting another one, or avoiding a villager that you want because they don't fit the theme or the aesthetic of your island. Please do whatever you want. If you want a fifth lazy villager because they are so fucking cute, go for it. Change your theme as many times as you want or as you need, because the fun isn't just the final result, it's actually the entire process. So you have to make sure that you have fun along the way with your decorating, with your villager hunts, with your game. This game can bring so much joy, so much comfort, and so much wholesomeness that it makes no sense to try to ruin it by being strict with yourself, especially if you compare your progress to other people or other content creators that do this full time. If you play for you at your own pace, you will reconnect with the true purpose of the game. So don't stress out about meeting imaginary deadlines or expectations. Just enjoy it, build whatever you want, play however you want. You will actually be fine. Now, if you're someone who needs a challenge to stay motivated, I get it. And I know New Horizons isn't exactly known for being difficult, but luckily there are tons of community created challenges that can add so much fun to your gameplay. Things like playing in hardcore mode, doing a Rags to Riches challenge, creating an entire island in 30 days, building an island without terraforming, or decorating without using custom designs or items. You can actually take the base of any of these ideas and adapt them to your own playstyle to make them work for you. Or maybe you don't need a challenge, but having goals like completing the museum or maxing out your friendship with all your villagers, crafting every DIY, or finishing your island. This game gives you the flexibility to play however you want, so take advantage of that and create a version of the game that actually feels rewarding to you. And there you have it. Those are my reasons for loving this game still to this day, 5 years later, and I really hope that I convince you to give Animal Crossing New Horizons another shot. If you do, please make sure to follow me here on YouTube because I will be posting a lot of Animal Crossing content as well as other cozy games and other type of videos that I've been thinking about. You can find me on my socials, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok. They will all be linked down below, obviously, and you can follow me whenever you like. Thank you so much for watching and for making it to the end. This is actually my first YouTube video, so it means a lot to me that you're here. I appreciate you. Bye.